Bible stories come to life.
Adam and Eve, Genesis 1-3. In the very beginning, there was only God. He was powerful, he was wise, and he was everywhere. The earth was empty and dark. Nothing moved, nothing lived. But God's Spirit hovered over the dark waters. Then God spoke, and his voice was strong and full of power. "Let there be light," he said. And suddenly light shone. Day and night was separated. God made the sky above and the seas below. He called the sky heaven. He made dry land appear, and it was beautiful. The land grew plants and trees and fruits. God placed the sun, the moon, and the stars in the sky. The stars marked the days, the seasons, and the years. Birds flew in the sky, and fish started to swim in the sea. Every kind of animal was made by God's hand. Then animals walked on the land. Each one was made just right. God looked at everything he had made, and he said, "It is good." Then God said something special. "Let us make humans in our image." From the dust of the earth, God formed a man. He breathed life into him. Adam opened his eyes. He was alive. He looked like God in some ways, made to feel and to think and to love. God put Adam in a beautiful garden called Eden. It was full of trees and flowers and streams. Everything was peaceful and so perfect. Adam even had a job. He cared for the garden and he looked after all the animals. God brought every animal to Adam, and Adam gave them names. But even with all the animals, Adam was lonely. He had no one like him to be a friend or to be his helper. God said, "It is not good for man to be alone." So God made Adam fall into a deep, deep sleep. While Adam slept, God made a woman from his side. She was special and carefully made by God. God gave her life, just as he has given life to Adam. When she opened her eyes, she saw the most beautiful garden. She was alive, happy, and free. Adam woke up and he saw her. He was filled with joy. "This is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh," he said. Adam and Eve were made to be together by God's plan. They walked in the garden together, happy and unafraid. They took care of the plants and the animals and enjoyed everything God had made. In the middle of the garden were two very special trees. One tree was the tree of life. God wanted them to eat from it and live. The other tree was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God warned them not to eat from it. "Eat from any tree except this one," God said. "If you eat from it, you will surely die." For a while, everything was peaceful. But one day, a serpent came. It was clever and tricky. It spoke to Eve and said things that were not true about God. The serpent made God's warning sound unfair. Eve listened and thought about it. She chose to eat the fruit from the forbidden tree. Then she gave some to Adam, and he ate too. Suddenly, everything felt different. They realized they had disobeyed God. They felt ashamed and afraid. They tried to hide. God came into the garden and called to them. "Adam, Adam, where are you?" he asked. Adam and Eve could not hide the truth. They had done wrong. God told them the consequences of their choices. Life would now be harder, and sin had entered the world. But even in this sad moment, God gave a promise. He promised that one day He would send hope and victory over evil. Adam and Eve had to leave the garden. Angels with flaming swords guarded the way. They looked back at paradise they had lost. The sun rose over the garden, and a new world lay ahead. Hand in hand, Adam and Eve walked forward. Even though they had lost Eden, God's hope was still with them. And this was the beginning of God's plan to bring people back to Him.